Hi, it's your friend KJ Murdoch from Revelation and Restoration Academy of Music and Drama. I'm really blessed to have this opportunity to serve you by helping you strengthen your singing voice to succeed, to avoid the pitfalls, and I pray you'll use this all for God's glory. We're continuing from some previous modules, looking at how to relax without getting lazy in your voice, so you can really sing out in any style without sounding like a choking moose on the one hand, or like you're deflating away to nothing like a balloon on the other hand. Lord willing, I'll be giving away a lot of modules like this through the Academy website, but I put today's modules in a playlist because I hoped you would start on the first one and go on to these others. That's the best for your voice. I'll post a link to the first one in case you just found this one in a search and didn't start there. At the end of the module that you just hopefully came from, I had you pause the recording and sing a line from the song you'd picked out. First, mezzo forte, or forte, and then mezzo piano, or piano. Were you able to keep the supported tone at the softer volume, or softer dynamic level? Gotta be cultured here. The first time that you tried? If so, then congratulations. If you had to try a few times, then that's okay. Lots of people have to work on that for a while before they really get it. How much more support did it take to keep a nice strong tone at the softer dynamic level as opposed to the louder dynamic level? It probably depended on how much difference you made in the dynamics. But I'm sure you saw, and felt rather, that it did take more support at the softer dynamic level. Of course, the dynamic level in lots of songs changes quite a bit. In fact, a lot of times it's a great idea when you're singing alone or when you're rehearsing with a group as the leader to put in a lot of dynamic changes even if they're not written in. A change in dynamics getting softer or louder, whether it's all of a sudden or even crescendoing or diminuendoing little by little, can really emphasize a particular place in the song. We want to make sure we learn to keep our breath supported but relaxed as we do that right in the middle of a phrase. Not tensing up when we get louder or losing our support as we get softer. So far, I've only had you change volume levels, dynamic levels, between phrases or maybe between exercises. But now I want you to do what I'm about to do. Not necessarily on the same note that I'm singing. Ah. Again. Ah. It's important to keep that tone supported, even at a lower volume. I shouldn't say lower. Lower is pitch, but a softer volume. You have to make the diaphragm do gradually more and more lifting of the air to keep the tone strong. So put your hands where I've been having you put them. The one near the top of the ribs, the other on your stomach, and try it yourself at a pitch that's comfortable to you. Gradually get softer, or diminuendo. I've still got to keep this cultured. Try it a few times, just like I did. Were you able to keep that supported sound as you diminuendoed? If so, then great. If not, then that's still fine. We get to do this one more time so that if you got it, you can reinforce your success and train yourself. And if you didn't get it, then you have another chance. Sing a note and gradually get softer. Go ahead now. Did you still hear that supported sound? Did you still feel your rib cage staying nice and high? Did you feel your diaphragm moving your lower hand out more and more as you diminuendoed? If not, remember that it's always fine to pause the recording. Now let's try the other way around. Let's hold out one musical pitch and crescendo. This time, we want to see if we can increase the volume without forgetting to stay relaxed, so we don't tense up our throats, our mouths, whatever, and we don't get a nasty tone, and we don't set the course for harming our vocal cords in the long run. I want you to do what I'm about to do, not necessarily on the same note. Ah. Did you hear how I kept that tone nice and relaxed? I still had to make the diaphragm lift the air to keep the tone strong, but I made sure to keep my airways open, not to constrict my throat or anything as I got louder. It's not about tensing yourself up and forcing it to happen. It's about being relaxed so it can happen nicely. Put your hands where you've been putting them, the one on the stomach and the other near the top of the ribs, and try what I just did at a musical pitch that's comfortable to you. Actually, I demonstrated the diminuendo twice, so I'll demonstrate the crescendo another time also. Ah. So, try it and gradually get louder or crescendo. Were you able to keep that relaxed sound as you crescendoed? If so, then great. If not, then that's still fine. We'll do this another time. If you got it, again, this will help you reinforce your success and train yourself to repeat that success. And if you didn't get it, then this is your second chance. But first, to make sure you're still relaxed, yawn quietly, in quickly and out slowly like earlier. And now make that O with your hand and yawn in and out through it with your lips open around the inside of the hand, also like earlier. Now open your hand and put it right in front of your mouth, just an inch or two away. This is something we didn't do earlier. When you yawn in and out quietly the way we just did, your hand should feel warm. Not like the wind was actually blowing on it, but just warm. Try it. Yawn in and out. Did you feel that? That warm air means that our airways are nice and open. Of course, you're always free to pause the recording and continue these exercises if you need to. But if you're ready, then again, sing a note and gradually get louder. Go ahead now. Did you still hear the supported but relaxed sound? Did you still feel your rib cage staying nice and high and your diaphragm moving your lower hand out even as you crescendoed? But did you also still feel relaxed as you crescendoed, as you got louder? Did you feel and sound relaxed? Did you hear it? If not, remember, you can still pause the recording like I just said and work on that more. But after we end this module, I want you to take a dramatic phrase or two in your song, someplace where there's either a lot of emotion or a big change in what emotion the songwriter is expressing, and do what we just did, but with that phrase, or those few phrases. Crescendo like, coming for to carry me home, a band of angels coming after me. And pick another place in the song, another phrase or two, to practice your diminuendo, like, coming for to carry me home. They might be right after each other like that, or they might not. But either way, you'll be paying attention to the way your tone sounds, and the way it feels, and what your hands are doing, to make sure you keep a nice, strong, supported tone all the time, even when your voice gets quieter, and to make sure you always keep from tensing up, even when your voice gets louder. You'll do that right after the recording is over. You'll do it with the hands a few times, and then you'll do it without the hands a few times, just using your ears and the way you feel. Thanks for letting me coach you on how to have a strong voice by being relaxed without being lazy. If you're not one of my regular students, you can go to my website. I'll show you the address. I'll post it. To get a free lesson, either in person at Fresh Anointing Church, 301 Delmar Street, Fredericktown, Missouri, or online if you don't live in the area. Since it's free, of course that also means it's risk-free. If you decide you didn't like it, that means you're not out any money. But I've decided to sweeten the deal for you even more. Even if you decide not to take the free lesson, you'll still get 10 free tips on how to improve your voice. Well, that's it for today. This is KJ Murdoch from Revelation and Restoration Academy of Music and Drama. Have a blessed and musical day with Jesus.